Hey kids, welcome to North Shore Kids Online. We're so glad that you joined us. We are ready to do some worship. So go ahead and stand up with us and we'll get started.
I've got a river of living water, a fountain that never will run dry.
No, it won't. It's an open heaven.
It's an open heaven you're releasing, and we will never be denied.
We're stirring up deep, deep waters.
'Cause we're stirring up deep, deep wells, and we're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna dance in the river, dance in the river. 'Cause we're stirring up deep, deep wells, we're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna jump in the river, jump in the river. Deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. Deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. We cry out to you, Jesus. And I've got a river of living water, a fountain that never will run dry. Oh. It's an open heaven you're releasing, and we will never be denied. 'Cause we're stirring up deep, deep wells, we're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna dance in the river, dance in the river. 'Cause we're stirring up deep, deep wells, we're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna jump in the river, jump in the river. Deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. Deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. We cry out to you, Jesus. Deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. Deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. We cry out to you, Jesus. We're falling into deeper waters, calling out to you. We're walking into deeper waters, going after you. Yeah, clap your hands.
Get ready to move. We're going to go to the left.
If he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna jump, 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 jump in the river. Jump, 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 everybody. If he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna dance, 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 dance in the river. Dance, 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 everybody. If he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna jump, 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 jump in the river. Jump, 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 everybody. If he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna shout, 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 shout in the river. Shout, 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 yeah. Cries out to you, deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. We cry out to you, Jesus. Deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. Deep cries out to deep, cries out to you. We
of our favorite songs that we sing.
It's always like springtime with you, making all things new. Your light is breaking through the dark. This love, it is sweeter than wine, bringing joy, bringing life. Your hope is rising like the dawn. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. This is what you do. This is what you do. It's always like springtime with you, making all things new. Your light is breaking through the dark. This love, it is sweeter than wine, bringing joy, bringing life. Your hope is rising like the dawn. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. 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 You make me come alive.
Okay, we're gonna get low. We're gonna get our fingers ready. It's like I'm living.
It's like I'm living for the first time. Finally living for the first time. It's like I'm living for the first time. Finally living for the first time.
higher.
It's like I'm living for the first time. Finally living for the first time. It's like I'm living for the first time. Finally living for the first time. It's like I'm living for the first time. Finally living for the first time. It's like I'm living for the first time. Finally living for the first time. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. This is what you do. This is what you do. You make me come alive. 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 You make me come alive.
Thank you so much for joining us for worship. That was so awesome. I hope you guys stood up, did all the actions. I also want to remind you that after the service tonight, there's going to be a Zoom call where you'll be able to join your friends and us pastors. We want to see your faces. We're going to have something fun planned. But right now, we're going to turn it over to Pastor RJ as he brings us an awesome message.
Hello again, kids. We're continuing our series on the forgotten. But I have a question for you. Have you ever had someone tell you that you were too young to do something?
I'll take the credit card, please. Ride the big roller coaster. Big money! I want to start the fire. I think I can drive the car. I think I can drive the car. I think I'm gonna eat Lucky Charms and a meal.
You know, there are a lot of times that you may be told, you're too young. But you know something funny? I've met a lot of older people who wish that they were young again.
Oh, I wish I was young again. Back in my day, I would have beat everybody.
Blink.
There are a lot of things that you can do young that adults can't, that even though we may want to. And guess what? Right now, you get to live in a home, eat lots of food, play video games, and not have to go to work. That sounds pretty amazing to me. You know, there might be times where you feel like you're too young to help, but you're also blessed to be the age you are right now. And there's one thing that I can guarantee you that you are never too young to do. You are never too young to change the world.
What are we gonna do? Change the world.
In fact, here's our power verse in 1 Timothy 4:12. It says, don't let anyone think less of you because you're young. Be an example for all believers. See, when God looks at you, He doesn't just see a kid that He loves. He sees someone who can make a difference. He sees a world changer. So today, remember, here's what's up. I may be young, but I can change the world. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna say it like we say it in kids' church if you were here on a Sunday morning. So say it with me again. We're gonna say this again, but when you do, stand up, shout it really loud. We're gonna see who can be the loudest in their own living room right now, okay? Are you ready? All right, ready, set, go. I may be young, but I can change the world. Awesome. I hope your parents heard you. Well, I want to tell you a story about a young boy who was also a world changer. His name was Tyler, and when he was around 6 years old, he sat in a church service and he watched a video about missions. It was in this video that Tyler learned about a country called Tuva. He'd never heard of this country before, but he learned that the people of Tuva had been forgotten, and there was not even one missionary in that entire country. So every night, he knelt beside his bed with his dad, and he prayed for the country of Tuva, and that God would send a missionary to the people of that country. You see, our prayers are one of the best ways that we can change the world around us. So Tyler prayed for the people in Tuva every night for a really long time. And then one day, he heard that God had answered his prayers. A missionary had felt the call of God to go to Tuva and preach to the forgotten people that were there. And Tyler knew that he had to be involved in this missions work. So he began saving lots and lots of money, all the money he could, and he began bringing it regularly to church in order to give it to missions offering for Tuva. And giving is another way that we can help change the world. You never know the lives that will be changed by our giving, but one thing's for sure, as we give, God changes our life in the process. And many years passed for Tyler, but he never lost the love for the country of Tuva. And when he was a young adult, he got a chance to go on a trip to the country of Tuva. Tyler was able to meet other Christians there and tell them that they were answers to his prayers. And then something amazing happened. While Tyler was praying over one of the pastors in a restaurant, a waitress came over and asked him what he was doing. And Tyler was able to talk to this waitress about his prayers for Tuva as a young boy and how Jesus had made a way for him to come to Tuva after many, many years and see the country and the people that he had prayed for so long. And the waitress who lived there in Tuva was moved by Tyler's story, and she asked him and the pastor how she could become a Christian. So they were able to pray with her right there in the middle of the restaurant. And that waitress is now a follower of Jesus. To think it all started when one boy decided to pray for Tuva. We must never forget about those who are lost and need Jesus. You might say, I'm just a kid, what can I do? Well, there's a lot that you can do. So today, we're going to talk about 3 important things that you can do in order to make a big difference in the lives of the forgotten. First of all, pray. Pray for the missionaries around the world to be able to share Jesus. Pray that people will decide to give their lives to Jesus. People in your family, in your neighborhood, at school, around the world. It doesn't have to be a long prayer. It doesn't have to be a fancy prayer. Tyler didn't know how to pray long and fancy prayers when he was 6 years old, but he didn't let that stop him from praying every day for the people of Tuva who had been forgotten. He prayed for God to send missionaries to that country, and you can pray for the forgotten as well. Secondly, you can give.
Say this, say, can I
Can I?
have your monies?
No.
It takes money for missionaries to travel across the world, to live in a foreign country, and to share Jesus with other people. When you get birthday money or your allowance, you can give some of it, or all of it if you want to, as an offering to help missionaries reach the world for Jesus. Maybe you can sell some of your old toys in a garage sale, put up a lemonade stand, whatever. There are many ways that you can make money and you can give to help our missionaries minister to the forgotten. I've seen young people from our church hold a car wash and raise over $500 in one day and give all that money to missions to help reach people that are far from God. Thirdly, you can go. Let's go! It may not be today, but maybe someday God is going to call some of you to be a missionary, to minister and to bring the love of Jesus to somewhere else in the world. Maybe it'll be a missionary somewhere in Africa or in Asia or South America, but God can use you. See, He may ask you to do what Tyler did and to travel to a country you've been praying for in order to tell those people about Jesus. But you don't have to wait until then to be a missionary. You can be a missionary today. And where can you be a missionary to? Your friends. Your friends and even your family are a great place to start. The friends you see at the park, the friends on your teams when sports start back up, the friends on the other side of the screen when you have that all-class Zoom call, the family that you're going to be seeing at the water parks and the lakes this summer. God is asking you to go. What are you going to say? You know, I remember when I was a senior in high school and God asked me to go, and I said no. It was at a summer camp, and the pastor said, anybody who wants to be a campus missionary, come to the front. And I knew God was calling me to go and reach my campus. And I looked at my friends and I said, guys, let's go. And they leaned back and said, nah, I'm good. And so I sat down with them. And I looked across the auditorium and I saw my little sister, who was only going to be a sophomore, walk up to the front to be a campus missionary. And as she walked up to the front, and I knew that should have been me. And that year, as I was a senior and she was a sophomore, that was a year that I could have made a big difference for God if I only allowed Him to use me. And there were times that I would walk by my little sister's hallway and I would see her kneeling down at her locker praying. And instead of being happy or instead of being proud, I was ashamed, and I put my head down and turned away and walked just a little bit faster. In fact, that year, my little sister, she also prayed for her basketball team before every game, even though she was a sophomore that hardly got to play on the varsity team, where I was a senior, a captain and leader of my basketball team. I had some opportunity for influence, but I was still too scared to pray. And it just so happened that my little sister, once she started praying for the varsity team, those girls never lost another game the rest of the season. They went on to win a state title as huge underdogs. It was incredible. Now, I'm not saying if you just pray with your team, you're going to win all the time, but I still look back and think, wow, it's amazing to see how this worked and how my little sister stepped up in faith and God moved throughout that entire basketball team. You know, one of my biggest mistakes was not talking to my friends about Jesus. But you can be the difference. You can make a difference. You just have to make sure you always remember that there are people all around this world who need Jesus. You can't forget about them. You can't ignore them like I did. You can't be ashamed of Jesus like I was. We must do our part to never forget the forgotten. Can I pray over you? Jesus, we love you and we thank you so much for every student and every adult watching right now. Lord, I pray that you would put something on our heart, that we would pray for those that are far from you every day. God, that we would do what we can to give so that people far from God all across the world can come to know you. And Lord, I thank you that there are people watching that someday you're going to call them to go and reach the lost in all nations. They might be missionaries someday. And so, Lord, right now, I pray that you would just use them wherever they're at. Use them around their friends, use them around their families, but you can use them to change the world right now. And Lord, thank you that you're already doing that. We love you, Jesus. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
So good. What a great word from Pastor RJ. And just a reminder that you can be young, but still change the world. Well, right now, we want you guys to stand up and get ready. Pastor Chris is bringing you an awesome Pastor's Challenge right now.
All right, guys, for today's Pastor's Challenge, we're going to do things a little different. I'm going to teach you something again. Today, I'm going to teach you a magic trick. How many of you love magic tricks? Then you're going to love this. What we're going to do is we're going to make a straw disappear. So I have this little straw. It's a little coffee straw right now, and we're going to make this straw disappear. But I need your help. I need you to focus really hard on the straw. Don't look anywhere else but the straw in my hand. Now I need you to think with all of your brain power. Everybody who's watching, think, disappear, disappear. Think really hard. I need your help. Now give me the magic finger wobble. Come on, come on. It's almost there. Gone. You guys were awesome. You totally made that straw disappear. It was amazing. Now, let's see if you're good enough to make it come back, right? So, this is what I need. I need everybody to think really hard. Think really hard. Think, make it come back. Give me the finger wobble. Come on. I feel it. There it is again. Now, I'm going to show you how it's done. In order to make this trick work, there's a couple things you're going to need and a little bit of prep that you have to do before you can pull this off. So what you're gonna need is a stir straw. Maybe your mom and dad like coffee and they have one of these around, a stir straw. This one is too long, so I just took a little pair of scissors and cut it in half because I need it to be just a little bit shorter. So you can use a stir straw, or you could even use a toothpick. Just something like this, something that you're gonna make disappear. You need it to be pretty little and not very long. You're also going to need a piece of tape. This clear tape works the best. So you're gonna take a little piece of tape. On this, I'm gonna use a toothpick this time. And you're gonna put that tape at the very end of the toothpick, just like that. Can you see that? The very, very end of the toothpick. And then you're gonna take that toothpick and tape it, or your straw, and tape it to the back of your thumb, just like that. That piece of tape is a little bit too long, but that's okay, it'll work. You're gonna tape it to the back of your thumb, just like that. So when you put your thumb down, the toothpick is up. But what you have to do is you have to block the trick. So you're gonna take these hands, put your thumb down, you're gonna take your hand, and you're gonna cover the tape, just like that. So it looks like you're holding the toothpick in your fist like this, but your thumb is really down there. Then you can do what you want. You can make them think really hard, or you can say a magic word or do a magic wiggle or something like that. Then really fast, you open your hand really wide. And when you open your hand, you're hiding the toothpick behind your thumb. So you keep your thumb like this. That's why you don't want that tape to show on the side. You keep your thumb down, and then when they say the magic word or do the magic wiggle, you close your hand really fast again. So slow motion, you open like this really fast, and when your thumb goes up, it hides it. Then when you come back, you put your thumb down really fast, and then you close your hand around it. So if you make it disappear, boom, gone. If you make it come back, boom, it's back. Super easy, really fun. Have fun with it and show your parents how awesome you are. We love you guys. We want to see you on Zoom right now.